Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. We've got a very busy week ahead of us, and it's going to be a short week because today, well, I've got 3 days to go before we head out to Chicago to the Sim Gaming Expo. So again, it's going to be going from Friday through Sunday. I'll be back in town Monday afternoon, so hopefully next week this time we'll be streaming. We'll be able to talk about Sim Gaming Expo. We'll be able to talk about Project Motor Racing, and we'll be able to talk, hopefully, about Highlands Fishing. And of course, right around the corner, the very next day, we've got the release of the Mercedes-Benz pack. So a whole lot going on. What's up, David? No, you didn't miss it. We are right here at the start. We're gonna be working some hay today. I've got helpers working, so we're mowing. I've got a guy tedding. I've got my windrower all queued up to do one operation per field. So hopefully we can hammer out all this hay in a fairly short order. We got 36,000 liters of milk to sell. We've got some pallets of buffalo products that we might just have to wait on because we're going to be adding the EDO Mod. We're going to be adding the Mercedes-Benz pack to this game save once we have access to that and are able to show it off. So some stuff we're going to be hanging around until we have that. And to say that this week is not short on things to talk about would be a understatement. What's up, Midwest Farmer? Simper Buffo, how's it going? Might be the first time we did grass work with this Kubota. I don't remember. I don't remember these details. The old Fiat, it's over there, heading the field, and I've got our trusty Merlot set up to do the windrowing. What's up, Big Papa Sims? And then we'll come back with the Kubota and Bale. Well, that's great, Midwest Farmer. I look forward to meeting up with you. There's supposed to be a Farm Sim meetup at the show, but I haven't heard as to the exact details. I think Kermit's celebrating Labor Day, so he's not around to let me know if I can even give out details yet, if they've been set up or not. So as soon as I have details, I'll announce them on the community channel. Are you going to be there what day? I'm flying in Thursday, and I think Thursday afternoon I'm going to be helping put together some sim driving rigs. Maybe I'm going to be putting together some gaming chairs. I don't know. I volunteered to put some hours in to put some stuff together. Apparently he's got like 200 chairs he needs put together or something. And then, yeah, then the show starts Friday, I think at noon. No, yeah. It's a late show. It's like noon to 8 p.m. Okay, okay. I don't know. Heck, the way it sounds, there's so much stuff still to put together. PCs to load software on, possibly. I might be working all Friday morning just trying to help them get some stuff ready for the show. As you can probably imagine, the logistics of putting something like this together. And then this being the inaugural one, right? Everything is new. There's no, oh, let's just take it out of storage. The free stuff, I don't know. We're going to have free stuff there to show or not. YouTube is free. You don't have to spend a dime on me if you don't want to. Okay, I got 2 fields mowed. 1 field is being tedded. When it's done, I'll windrow it. I'm probably going to mow this one by hand because I don't count on the hired help being able to get here in this corner. I was looking at contracts, but this map's contracts are abysmal. Like, no money earned. They're not worth my effort. Our apples are coming well. I'll show those off a little bit later. But we need some hay bales. After all the team army mixed up, only have 10 hay bales left. I would expect they would announce it on the partner page. But again, they've had some, I mean, it's been super busy. Super busy for them. Right, 2 weeks ago we had Gamescom. Last weekend, well, Labor Day. Oh, back up the truck, Chuck. Oh, we nearly mowed our wheat. PAX West just finished today. I think PAX West goes until today because it's Labor Day. And then last week they were at the Farm Progress Show. And then next week, well, the Sim Gaming Expo. What's up, Mr. DO? I don't know if I understand that. Taking away the extra crop pretty much kills missions. But we'll show it when we get rid of that. When we get through the intro. They just aren't really profitable. There was some fertilizer contracts. It was worth a couple grand. That was it. Usually you can count on fertilizing contracts to make some good money. We had an early mod drop today. A few interesting mods dropped. One of them was a show Bale's mod, which I don't understand. Because you can do that functionality in easy dev controls. So I guess if you don't, for some reason, want to have the amazing power of easy dev controls, then you can have show Bale's just to show Bale's. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Italy. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. What's up, Chad? I was just talking before the intro rolled about contracts. I was going to do contracts to earn some cash, and they're not worth it. Here, look, we got fertilizing contract. This thing's 3.29 acres, 2 grader. 9.54 acres, $5,000. 12 acres, $7,000. It's just not worth it. Not worth doing the effort. So we're just gonna hang out here at the farm. I got some grass to cut. We're tedding grass. We're gonna windrow it. We're gonna make some hay. And I got some milk. Moo money is what we're gonna be making. Our cows are finally somewhat profitable. So I didn't really feel like it was worth it too much. We got a big week ahead of us. Short week. I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to live stream on Wednesday. I might be busy needing to put something together before I head out of town on Thursday. I'm going to be out of town all weekend. So I won't be able to live show any of the Mercedes-Benz pack. That's releasing next Tuesday. I come back in town next Monday. So I could probably show it off Monday night. When we do come back next week, we're going to be able to talk a lot about, hopefully, we'll have the ability to check out maybe an early build of island fishing. Hoping, crossing my fingers, we'll be definitely able to check out Project Motor Racing for anyone who's interested in that title, as well as who knows what else might be at Sim Gaming Expo. A bunch of racing rigs, a bunch of other stuff. What's up, Scooter? You know what day you might be at the show? At the big show. Alright, that's good. We done it. Let's get this one. So I'm going to show you all my apples. Well, here they are. My apple trees are coming along quite nicely. Growth stage 1 and 9. Well, I hope they get through. I hope I don't have to go a whole year and a half. They're stage 1 and 9, it's May. They're going to be ready to harvest in October. Oh my, I hope I don't have to go through a whole year and then October to get a harvest. That would kill it. That would absolutely kill it. Wait, 1 of 7 or 1 of 9? What is this? Growth state 1/7. Growth 1/. Which is it? Jeez, people. Hoff Bergman news. It looks like it's into the second public beta or semi-public beta with his supporters, testers. So I don't know how many rounds he expects to be going, but we're in our second round at this point. I definitely hope it doesn't release this weekend. We don't need that releasing this weekend also. Jeez, that would be crazy. Oh, are you kidding me? I drove in here. Are you serious? Now let the air out of these tires. You all saw me. I drove in here. What's up, Kiwi Rob? Have you been lurking for a long time, or just not been around? We'll get you working here. We'll do our fabulous Merlot telehandler to do the wind rowing. I stream the same time all the time. 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't know when that comes out for your time. Nothing to see here. All right, let's make some moo money. Don't. I have no pardon for the pun. We're gonna make some moo money. Found this on the mod hub. It's kind of an old mod. I was really looking for something old school that looked Italian, that had an anchor option on it. Oh my gosh. But I didn't really find any. So we got this Volvo. I mean, if I had a dairy that I could afford. Oh, this Volvo has horrible brakes, by the way. But the dairy's like $450K. It is speedy, so that sounds great. Drive fast in something that's heavy with bad brakes. Well, I didn't really think a Mack tanker would suit Italy. Call me crazy there. But I am looking forward to adding the Mercedes-Benz pack to this save. Oh, brake. Don't go in the water. Don't go in the pond. Through my superior driving technique. Make some money. Not a lot of money, but we're making a little bit of cash. Let's head back. I mean, we're not full throttle farming for no reason at all. If you can't drive quick, then why even do it? So, who there in chat is looking forward to the Mercedes-Benz pack? The Unimog, the MB track. Uh-oh. The prospect of having live cameras in cab looking back at whatever. I'm eager. I was looking at the two Unimogs on the Mod Hub because I was like, oh, let's see, do any of those have a tanker option? I think we'll probably have a community, not live stream, but a community Q&A or Q&A from Giants this week around the Mercedes-Benz pack. You may remember that a couple weeks ago I was seeking questions from everyone as to what questions you had about the Mercedes-Benz pack to forward to Giants. I did that, sent them all the questions I got, sent them a couple I had. They were going to record the video that they're going to be posting, I guess, later this week, or maybe Monday before the release of the DLC. I think the big question on lots of people's hands or minds is, will modders be able to create modules that can attach to the back of the trucks? So far, it looks like our options are going to be a flatbed or a little grain bed, a little dump trailer bed. Well, that was a nice trip. A little lighter. Pull back up. The big, oh yes. Well, I hope they add it to lots of things. Because you see on most of these harvesters now, you see cameras on the rear. They're modeled there, but they don't work. So I hope it's like the passenger script, where if you had the Kubota DLC in 22, you got the ability to, you know, haul passengers around and things. But, you know, that's the camera. That's the camera right there. It's modeled. Why can't it work? Why, when I jump up in this thing, can't I see the back of the vehicle through that screen? Right? So, since we were last together, Giants put out a blog post related to fishing, explaining a little bit more about the mechanics of fishing using a fishing pole. If you hadn't caught that blog post, basically what it said is players will be able to go fishing with a rod that you'll buy and basically have in your inventory like you do a chainsaw or the flashlight. All you need to do is go up to a body of water, any body of water, so a river, a lake, coastal shore, on possibly any map. So they made reference to also being able to fish on Riverbend Springs and the other base maps, which makes me hope that it will also be available on mod maps, basically, because it said something like, just go to any water and cast your fishing rod. It said some areas will be more apt to have fish, and other areas will be apt to catching junk. So a fish is not a guaranteed thing. You might catch a boot, you might catch an old bucket or something that's in the water. So you might get trash, and you might get fish. Fish you can either catch and release, or basically sell immediately. I'm not a massive fan of the idea of selling fish immediately. Kind of like to hold on to them for a bit, maybe put them in a bucket and then, you know, take the bucket or cooler somewhere, kind of like we did in FS17 with respect to eggs. Anybody played FS17, you remember you had to run around and pick the individual eggs up off the ground, and then you basically had them in your inventory, and you would then take them into town. What the heck is wrong with you? What's up, Nikolai? How's it going? You take them into town and sell them at the egg sell point. I'd like to be able to take my bucket of fish into town and sell it at the sell point. Let's see, what could cause my Farm Sim 25 to crash when we read mods? Mods are going to be like #1 culprit for game crashing. So if you go to the Farm Sim 25 folder, basically where your mod folder is located, you'll find the game log located there. If you open up the game log, hopefully it will give you some details as to what's causing it to crash. Do you have Steam version of the game? Do you have the digital download version? Hopefully you're not on console, because I don't know how to help you there. All right, Steam. Maybe go in, right click on Steam, on the game listing, and pick the what is it? Check game files. Maybe that something's messed up there. That would be something to check. Definitely delete your shader cache. Just find the shader cache folder, delete it, and then launch the game. See if that helps. Have you updated your graphics drivers anytime recently? If no, maybe update your drivers. If yes, maybe think about rolling them back after you delete your shader cache and see if that helps. Make sure the game is fully up to date. So the current version of the game as of today is version 1.10. So if you're not running 1.10, definitely update that. If it's Steam, it should auto update unless you've explicitly turned off auto updating. All right, we made like $26,000 on milk. Milk. You know what? Hold your horses. I'll be right back. Does that work? No. We'll give you that to look at while I add a last minute mod. If I still have it in my mod folder. Doody 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 doo. Where are you, Scooby Doo? Scooby Dooby Doo. Doody doody doo. Done, son. Dooby dooby doo. Where is it? Nope. Oh, what? Thank you. No more sitting around waiting for this stinking baler to load. Please wait while we load the map. When does it crash? Does it crash right at the end where it does the compiling shaders? Does it crash some point in time before that? Does it just crash in-game? If it does it in-game, does it seem to do it in a specific time or after you do something? All right. Does it do it on any map? What map are you running? Moo cows. We're gonna turn on auto drop. Last time we made round bales, we basically confirmed that we can make round bales without losing them all over the place. Now we're just gonna make bales. Riverbend Springs. So maybe see if it does the same thing when you're loading up Bhutan, Pantai, or Sri Lanka, one of the other base maps. Maybe change your graphics settings. What kind of graphics card do you got? There's been a lot in the news recently related to GPUs with 8 gigs of VRAM or less. So it's possibly your graphics settings are too high for your graphics cards VRAM, and you're running into issues there. I wonder if this baler has the bale flip option. Alright, dude, I mean, okay. Usually you let the boss go ahead, but whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. I mean, I assume Farm Sim 25 ran fine for some period of time. No, we're just gonna do this. So, do you know maybe what changed from the last time it ran okay till now? Alright, well, that's like I said, I would go to verifying Steam files. Also, delete the shader cache folder and let the game rebuild it. If you're still running into issues, maybe drop your graphics settings down a preset and see if that helps. I assume you're trying on a brand new save and not loading up an existing save just for troubleshooting efforts. Maybe update your drivers. But if you were running mods, I would say take the mods out and then try and then start adding them in slowly. So back to fishing. It sounds like we're maybe going to be able to fish on mod maps as well as Giants maps. We're going to be able to fish inland as well as at the coast. And the actual mini game mechanic is going to be that you don't move the mouse up and down as the hook moves up and down, which is what it looked like in the video. What you do is you hold the mouse down, and that, let's say that moves your hook up. If you release the mouse, it moves your hook down, and the goal is to kind of match the movement of the fish as you are reeling it in and, in theory, tiring it out. So a little bit of coordination, mini game there. It did look like in the B-roll footage that we are going to be doing a bit of construction. I didn't mention it in the in my assessment of the trailer from Gamescom, but it does look like that. All right, let's pull it up. Where's it at? B-roll. B-roll. Display. Right, so here's Gamescom B-roll. We are harvesting onions. Right, that looks great. Oh, here's the Veritron from FS19. That was our potato harvester in 19. It doesn't have the header on front, but it's hooked up now to collect the onions off the ground. So there's that. We can package onions in packs. We saw the animation of the stoplights, which is apparently the way UK lights work. We had a little bit about our fishing on the dock, right? Unloading it via the crane. That went on forever. We had this thing, which is going to spread lime. Two spreader. Yeah, we don't want to see about making fish. All right, we can plant. Yeah. We get a little mini baler. Oh, there it is. All right, so And then we got the Can-Am quad bike. What's up, Delilah? What's up? That's going to be fun, tooling around the maps on quad bikes. We're going to see a little bit about the fishing mini game. I thought the quad bike drives through a construction site at the end. There's not a lot of whole time left, but maybe I missed it. Alright, so we cast our rod. There we go. And then we wait. We wait. We wait. We get a little animation here. Oh, we got nibbles, nibbles, nibbles. Oh, we've sunk a fish. So we click up to go up, down to go down. And we have to try to stay in line with the fish. And the more we're in line with the fish, the higher this thing goes up. And then when we get it all the way to the top, we will have reeled our fish in. Congratulations, we've caught a fish. Alright, so I missed it. I don't know where in that video there is, but there was like a real quick glimpse of what I thought was maybe a construction project in mid-construction. Who all had Labor Day off? I didn't. I've never experienced a labor-free Labor Day. Are you done? You look done to me. While we're down here, we can pick this bale up. Dove hunting? Well, that sounds fun. I will put this away. I know we got some cool weather. I don't think it's here to stay. A little fall teaser here in September. What the heck? What did I catch on? There, I'll park that there. What's up, Joey? Yeah, we've had mid 70s, upper 70s, lows down, maybe in the 40s at night. Oh, before we go and forget, this video is brought to you by Darren Cassell and Dwayne Unruh. Thank you for being farm barons. Checking the weather forecast, low of 49 tomorrow, low of 55 the next day, high of 80 on Thursday, 84 on Friday. She's warming back up. Then kind of cooler again, mid 70s. Yeah, you can always put more clothes on, but you can only take so much off. You can, even in that state, you can be way too hot. Even in that state, you can be too hot. So yeah, next week this time we're going to be having the Unimog on this. MB tracks. Tuesday night we might do a special. Next Tuesday night we might do a special launch party live stream. Seems like Giants is now going to launch their DLCs across all platforms at the same time. So no more advantage in getting the eShop copy other than supporting the channel. You'll get it around the same time frame as everybody else. But that way we can do a launch party that's across all platforms. For those new, what that will entail will be I'll set up a multiplayer server on a all access map. And we'll set up the DLC, and it'll be an opportunity for everyone to jump in on the server and experience the DLC and multiplayer that has it. fun evening for all. Starlink is pretty good from what I understand. Bit expensive, but for those out in the boonies, it's what you got. Well, let's pick up some gravel. Grab some hay here in the road. So my parents, they live out in the country. Like, as far as I understand, like, they don't have cable TV service available to them. They also live a fair ways off the road. And it may just be that at this point, the cable TV service provider won't pay for the run from the street to the house because it's a fair ways back off the street, which makes getting service kind of expensive. Because they want to bill you as a customer to bring that wire back, you know, a quarter mile, half mile off the road. So I think right now they use just hotspots off of Verizon or something. It's not good. But they've had various satellite internet before. Long time ago. But from what I understand, Starlink's a lot better than it used to be, or the satellite offerings used to be. Like, I think one iteration was your downlink was via the satellite and your uplink was via modem. Yeah, I think they've had HughesNet before, but it's like all of those things, like, there's such a high barrier to entry. And then once you pay to get it, like, even if it's crappy, you still want to use it because you paid all that money to get it. I know we're going to be chasing Bales because of how he did the windrowing, but I want to try to get this done reasonably quick. So, I can tell people, I can even tell my kids now that, well, you know, when I was young, I had to walk uphill both ways to go to school. Because it's true. Our driveway had a dip in the middle. So either way you walked, you had a downhill run and you had an uphill run. What's up, Fire Angel? Joke's on them, huh? You might be working on Labor Day, but you're playing games. Chad, you'll get a kick out of this. Growing up, we didn't have cable. We still don't have cable, but or not at the parents' house. Growing up, we didn't have cable. Right, your TV was aerial. Was your antennas on top of your TV, right? The little rabbit ears. But at any rate, when we go to my grandparents in West Virginia, they had cable because they lived more in town. I always thought it was a bit of a joke that I felt we were kind of back hills at home because we didn't have cable, and the your stereotypical West Virginia, which is, you know, the stereotype of being out back hills and everything. They were more modern. They had cable. I remember watching a bunch of Dukes of Hazzard when I was a kid, when I was up with my grandparents. Dukes of Hazzard and Hee-Haw, right? That was back in the day. What? Why is this? Oh my god, I'm out of round bale, man. That's what's going on. Do I have... Did I buy round bale net? I don't think I did. All right. Oh, wait. I can do it this way. Can I not? R. Let's switch. Oh, I didn't hit. I hit escape A, not okay. Like, what's going on? Yeah, we eventually upgraded to a antenna on the roof. That was for the main TV. TV in my room, I still had rabbit ears. I think this is the first time I've actually had to refill a baler. I never had a satellite. I had a friend in college who had satellite at his house. Yeah, I've made multiple hundreds of bales off of a square baler and never even came close to using up the Klein. There's a lot of interesting games also coming out in between now and the end of the year. What titles are you all interested in? I'm interested in, of course, Island Fishing DLC. I'm interested in Project Motor Racing, as one might expect, giving my racing interest from years ago. I'm also interested in the new Anno game. That looks interesting. I liked, and I put a lot of time into, or I wanted to put more time than I did, into Transport Fever 2. It looks like Transport Fever 3 is coming out this fall, winter as well. Port Simulator. That's one I hadn't heard about. Do you, I guess you focus on, like, container ships? Loading and unloading them, or moving the moving the containers around. So I think there was, right, we have Roadcraft. I think there's a game that Saber is putting together that deals with cranes. Basically taking the crane mechanic out of Roadcraft. Road Kings. There's been a lot of talk about American Truck Sim coming to console. I don't know if that's been published somewhere or what. I hope SCS or some representative of them is at Sim Gaming Expo because I want to talk to them about it. I've never thought about it when I had an opportunity to go try to look it up. Oh, you're still running? You're still running, dude? Okay. I expect we're going to see Louisiana before the end of the year. Okay, like I said, I gotta go look it up. I've heard it mentioned, but I was like, I don't know. I have not seen anything about it. But then we also have South Dakota. That's definitely going to be next year. Alright, let's take this back to the yard. I heard about Ice Road Truckers. I never used it, played it, experienced it. I watched Ice Road Truckers, the show. Uh-oh. I mean, that was like in Discovery's heyday. Of occupational reality shows. Hay bales. Oh, we don't see them with netting. Yeah, Dirty Jobs is great. He's got a podcast now he does on YouTube. No, that would not have been good. I think one of the episodes I remember the most was one where he was at some pig farm where the guy would get truckloads of food waste from Las Vegas. It's like those pigs ate the best slop ever. It was food waste from like the casinos in Las Vegas. And then I would say most of us are of the age where we would have watched Mythbusters, right? Recently, Tori and Tori and Carrie, that's it, have started up a podcast. They do that on Mondays on YouTube as well. That's fun to watch. They kind of reminisce about the show, bring in guests and stuff, tell backstories about the show and things. David, I feel like if you look up Mike Rowe on YouTube, I feel like he brought back his old production crew for a while and did some stuff in the last few years. But he's definitely got something else going on YouTube. I'll see his videos pop up every so often. They seem to be more of a podcast talk show variety now. All right, that's done. We almost missed a turn. Run into some stuff. Ripped our front tires off. What do we hit to unload early? Oh, is what we hit to unload early. A feature that should have been in the game from day one. Oh, I ran into a manure pile. Did I just move? Oh my God, seriously? I just moved the belt texture off the belt by driving into it. How is that possible? There, that's good enough. Let's see if I can move this one too. I think so. That might be a little bit of an issue. Bet you no one ever thought we'd do that. Oh, don't worry about me driving on your field. Pat, has it been dry for you? We've had a pretty wet year, but it's dried up recently. I mowed the grass the first time in 2 weeks. And really the only reason I mowed it is because everything was going to seed. You've never seen anyone move a fill plane by driving into it? It was not something I was expecting. I told the wife, it's like the grass really doesn't need cut, but I'm not going to be in town this weekend. And if I didn't cut it last weekend, it would be like a month. Corn still looks really good most places. In fact, it's huge. That's 24. go put this up here. Grabbing a load. Yeah, we don't have too much tobacco growing here, at least in the area that I drive. That's more in Eastern Virginia, Southern Virginia. Peanuts is kind of Central Virginia. Cotton's kind of Central Virginia too. Yeah, I mean, it's got a little bit of a stigma to it, doesn't it? I wonder if we're going to see 50 bales. We're at 36 now. Yeah, it's an expensive deal for sure. What do we got? We got 2 more. I got 1 up there on that concrete thing. So 44, 45 Bale. But no snow, right? Jeez. Oh, do I have super strength in here somewhere? There we go. There we go. Did you get more snow in Wisconsin when you were here? Oh, 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 no mess, no mess, no mess. No mess. Oh, geez, I didn't really leave much room, did I? Oh, I said no mess, and then I go and make a mess. No mess. We're gonna work our way out of this predicament. Bales are bound and determined to make a mess. That one. This one here. Do the hokey pokey and we shake it all out. Are you kidding me? Last time we did this, we just chucked them up there. You know what? I wonder if the Merlot, it's not going to be, but if Giants ever brings Bale stacking to FS25, I wonder if the Merlot will be one of the vehicles you can use. It's like the cheat code. You don't get bored and distracted. don't know. Oh, 250. It also has that back there. It's pretty good storage. What on the earth is going on here? There we go. All right, 2 more stacks. Oh my gosh. And he saves it. So we have what? I've got 71 bales in storage. 12 straw, 57 hay. there. Taking out a light pole. And we'll top our fields off. Line because we're a little low. That'll get us back up. So folks, the kind of schedule of the week is going to be tomorrow night we're going to kind of reserve for possibly any maps or anything that might drop tomorrow, as well as other things that I can't really talk about. Wednesday is kind of up in the air as to if I can get done what I want to get done on Tuesday or not. As to if I'm going to be able to do any sort of live stream on Wednesday, because Friday or Thursday morning I'm heading out of town to go to Chicago to attend the Sim Gaming Expo. It's going to be in Chicago from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's not too late. If you are in the Chicago area, then you can still pick up tickets to attend one or multiples of those days. Which means I'm going to be out of town all weekend. I'll be flying back Monday morning. I'll get here around midday. At which time, hopefully, we'll be able to live stream again. But if Giants goes and drops a bunch of maps Thursday and Friday, well, then I've got to get those caught up. And we'll probably be catching those up on Monday. So kind of be playing it by ear. Keep an eye on the channel. I might schedule something up in the next few days. If not, have a great week, guys. Have a great start of September. I'm going to be heading out of town toward the end of the week. And hopefully able to post some information about Sim Gaming Expo and other things possibly over the weekend. It's all going to have to depend on how much time I get after the show. We are trying to arrange a Farm Sim meetup for Farm Sim fans in the greater Chicago area sometime during this weekend. So as I get news, I'll post that in the community channel. If you are in the area and can make it, love to meet up with you and hang out and talk about Farm Sim and other things of interest. I'm going to line this field up, put some fertilizer on our grass, and progress through summer. I think that's where we're gonna call it for the night. Kind of had a good stopping point here. Oh my gosh, I'm hitting everything with the trees. Keep an eye out for more information this week Of course, our final fact sheets are Friday for the Mercedes-Benz pack. And of course, that's going to be releasing next week. It's not too late to pick up the pre-order. If you want to do that, I do have affiliate links down in the description, as well as Highlands Fishing and Project Motor Racing, if that's also something of interest. Until next time, happy farming.